Hello everyone. The relationship between Paul McCartney and George Harrison, while less documented than that of McCartney and John Lennon, is intricate and has garnered attention, especially with McCartney recently addressing long-standing rumours about their tensions. Their friendship began in their early lives in Liverpool, where they shared a passion for music. Despite their bond, the dynamics between them have been complicated, reflecting both personal and professional challenges. McCartney's insights into their relationship provide a deeper understanding of their connection and the factors that influenced it. Paul, who currently lives in the United Kingdom, comes from a musically inclined family. His father, known as Jim, was a cotton salesman who developed a passion for music, eventually becoming the lead of the Jim Max Jazz Band after teaching himself to play instruments like the trumpet and piano. His mother, Mary, worked as a nurse and was the primary breadwinner, providing financial stability for the family. Paul grew up with his younger brother Michael in a community where music was an integral part of life, shaping their upbringing and experiences. Paul's journey into music was significantly shaped by his family, particularly his father, who loved playing music and attempted to teach him piano, though Paul initially showed little interest. At 14, he faced the devastating loss of his mother to breast cancer, which deeply affected him and his family. This loss became a pivotal moment in his life, leading him to attribute his music career to her memory. One of his most famous songs, Let It Be, was inspired by a dream he had after her death, where she encouraged him to accept life's challenges. This experience ultimately motivated Paul to pursue music more seriously. Paul and John developed a deep friendship that significantly influenced their musical careers, as they frequently discussed their songwriting abilities and diverse musical tastes. John's invitation for Paul to join his band marked the beginning of a powerful collaboration, where their combined creativity flourished. They dedicated substantial time to writing and practicing, drawing inspiration from musical icons like Elvis Presley and Buddy Holly. This partnership laid the groundwork for the Beatles' success, allowing them to quickly gain fame through their collaborative songwriting efforts. Paul McCartney, primarily known as the bassist for the Beatles, has made significant contributions to music through various instruments, including keyboards, guitars, and drums. After the Beatles disbanded, he launched his solo career with the album McCartney in 1970, and later formed the successful band Wings with his wife Linda and Denny Laine. Under his leadership, Wings produced numerous hits in the 1970s, including My Love, Band on the Run, and Silly Love Songs. McCartney's solo career began in earnest in 1980, and since 1989, he has been actively touring as a solo artist, achieving multiple #1 hits in both the United States and the United Kingdom. Paul McCartney, renowned for his musical contributions, has created iconic songs like Uncle Albert, Ebony and Ivory, and collaborations with artists such as Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. Beyond music, he actively supports international charities focused on issues like animal rights, poverty, and music education. As of 2009, McCartney achieved a remarkable milestone with 32 songs, topping the Billboard Hot 100, and sold over 25.5 million certified units in the US. His accolades include 2 inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an Academy Award, an Emmy Award, and 18 Grammy Awards, highlighting his significant impact on both the music industry and humanitarian efforts. Was the youngest of 4 children born to Harold and Louise Hargreaves. His mother, Louise, a shop assistant of Irish Catholic descent, was passionate about music and wanted her children to be happy, recognizing that music brought George immense joy. Harold, George's father, worked as a bus conductor and had a background with the White Star Line. Louise was known for her powerful singing voice, which often surprised guests at their home. During her pregnancy with George, she enjoyed listening to music broadcasts, further emphasizing the family's deep connection to music. Every Sunday, George Harrison's mother played sitar and tabla music, hoping to instill peace in her unborn child. Harrison, who lived in Arnold Grove until 1950, began his education at Dovale Primary School in 1948 and later attended Liverpool Institute High School for Boys from 1954 to 1959. Although the school offered a music course, he was frustrated by the lack of guitars and felt the environment was overly stressful. Early musical influences on Harrison included artists like Cab Calloway, Django Reinhardt, and Hoagy Carmichael, which shaped his passion for music from a young age. Arthur Kelly, known as George Harrison, formed a skiffle band called the Rebels, despite his father's wishes for him to pursue education. At 16, he left school to work as an apprentice electrician, adopting the pseudonym Carl Harrison. In 1960, he referenced Carl Perkins during a tour in Scotland and had previously joined a band called the Quarrymen as a guitarist. Promoter Alan Williams arranged for the Beatles, the band he was part of, to perform in Hamburg's Indra and Kaiser Keller clubs. However, George's time in Hamburg was cut short when he was deported for being too young to work in nightclubs, leading to an abrupt end to their first residency after Brian Epstein became their manager. In December 1961, George Harrison played a crucial role in enhancing the Beatles' reputation, which led to a recording contract with EMI. Their first single, Love Me Do, peaked at number 17 on the record retailer chart, and by early 1963, the band's debut album, Please Please Me, was released amidst the onset of Beatlemania. During this period, George earned the nickname The Quiet Beatle due to his serious demeanour, particularly noted during their 1964 US tour when he was battling strep throat and fever. His doctor advised him to limit speaking, which contributed to the media's perception of his reserved nature, solidifying the nickname that would follow him throughout his career. George Harrison's unique composition, inspired by Indian music, was the sole contribution he made to the Beatles' album, featuring traditional instruments like the sitar and tambourine, alongside musicians from the London Asian Music Circle. He later reflected on the significance of the Sgt. Pepper album, noting that while he enjoyed half of its songs, he disliked the other half. As his time with the Beatles came to a close, Harrison was influenced by Bob Dylan and the communal spirit of the band he encountered at Woodstock in late 1968, appreciating the creative equality among its members. This collective approach to music making resonated with him as he transitioned into 1969. George Harrison and Paul McCartney both passed their 11+ examinations, allowing them to attend the prestigious Liverpool Institute High School, albeit a year apart. Harrison, however, had a strong dislike for the school, recalling it as a challenging time in his life filled with negativity. Although the school offered music studies, it did not include rock and roll or guitar, which disappointed Harrison as he felt disconnected from the curriculum and the environment. This period marked a significant struggle for him, shaping his early experiences in music and education. George Harrison and Paul McCartney shared a profound friendship that lasted until Harrison's death from cancer on November 29, 2001, at the age of 58. McCartney described his final visit to Harrison in the hospital as a deeply moving experience, reflecting on their bond as akin to that of brothers. Following Harrison's passing, a tribute concert titled Concert for George was held at the Royal Albert Hall, featuring performances by McCartney and other close friends, celebrating Harrison's musical and personal legacy. Eric Idle, among others, performed Monty Python's Lumberjack and praised Harrison as one of the few morally good figures in rock and roll. Thanks for watching.